Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Last time on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure we had Dark Blue Moon, where the gang got on a boat and there was a stand user. Jotaro figured out who the stand user was by a very clever bluff, and then he proceeded to fight the stand user, who actually had an aquatic stand, which was pretty interesting to fight with Star Platinum. And yeah, it was a really cool fight, and at the end, Star Platinum won. And unfortunately, the boat exploded because, well, you know, Joestars don't really have good luck with boats. So they all escaped on a life raft, and then at the end, another ship came by, and that was pretty much that. Also, we now have our new Poco/Smokey in the form of a young girl whose name I don't remember, if she had a name. She might not have had a name yet, so that was pretty much it. This is where I say no spoilers, and if you want to watch my reaction to this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, what you gotta do is head down in the description or to the pinned comment, click on the link there, that will take you over to the reaction. You can watch it, you can hopefully have a good time. When you're done with that, you can pop right back here for the discussion. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have officially jumped the shark. I can't believe it. I never thought this would happen. But ladies and gentlemen, we have jumped the fucking shark. There was an ape. He had a stand. His stand was a boat. And he was perving on, I'm going to be generous and say, a 14-year-old girl. Which is weird because that makes her 3 years younger than Jotaro and Kakyoin, but whatever. Like, I want to say she's 10. But that makes it worse. Ladies and gentlemen, we jumped the shark. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure jumped the shark. I can't believe it. I can't believe we did this. And we have done ridiculous things on this show. This is the same show where Joseph Joestar and Wamuu fought on chariots for no reason. This is a show where Cars became a bird and fought Joseph Joestar in a German airplane and threw feathers that became shells that became piranhas. This is a show where it mainly focuses on Joseph, actually, now that I think about it, but still. This is a show where Joseph Joestar sent a man into space in 1939. This is a show that began as teenage drama in Victorian England and turned into vampires 3 episodes later. This is the show where one of our friends was a Nazi. This is the show where a man perved out on his own mother. This is the show where Dio Brando exists. As ridiculous as he is. I don't know. I just... This is the show where the head of Dio Brando still caused problems and killed Jonathan. This is the show where our protagonist was assaulted by an Italian man who proceeded to teach him about magical sun powers. This is the show where a guy brought a Tommy gun to a vampire fight. Ladies and gentlemen, we jumped the shark. I don't know how. I don't know how. And I know when crazy stuff has happened, y'all are like, oh yeah, well, the show's crazy. The author, he would just throw out all conventions of combat and do something really weird, but it's still cool. And that's great. I love that. Watching Joseph Joestar and Wamu in a 2-lap chariot duel is amazing. Watching Joseph Joestar in an air fight with cars is amazing. An ape had a stand, and that stand was a boat. And not only that, that ape was perving out to an underage girl, even if she's Jotaro's age, even if she's 17. I doubt that she is his age. That's still underage, and we got as many ass shots on this girl as we did on Lisa, who was 50. And at least looked like 29. And I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. This actually happened. This is a thing. And just as quickly as it began, it is gone. Like, we're done with that. We're done with that. That monkey is dead. That monkey is dead. He was defeated by Jotaro Kujo. It's over. We're done. That's done. We now return to your regularly scheduled JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Because that was not what I just watched. That was clearly the author high off of his ass, being very weird. He looked around his office, he saw a boat and a gorilla, and was like, I have an idea. That's what that was. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't hate that. I don't hate this episode. But, oh my god, this show can never get weirder. Like nothing. You can't beat this. We have been circling this shark forever. You know? You know what this is like? Okay, it's like in a show like, let's say, South Park. Let's say a show like South Park, where they have to submit all their jokes to be approved to go on television, right? And they'll throw in a joke that's just so, like, whoa, like, a joke that's so bad, something that's so bad, that they know will never get approved. Because when the approval committee, whoever the fuck does it, when they look at it, they'll be like, oh my god, this joke is so crazy. We cannot put this on TV. So by comparison, the others are okay. And all those, maybe almost, jokes that are almost as bad as that one, get approved. That's how it works, That's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing in JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. We have been doing the craziest shit for I don't know how many episodes, I don't know how many chapters of the manga we're into now. But this is one of those things where this is the joke that would not have been approved. You know? Like, no, this is too much. We can't put this on television. You can have the rest, but you can't do this one. But this is, whoever the approval committee is going, oh, this one? Okay, yeah, we can put it in. It's just this one time, though. We're going to let you put that in. And they're like, oh, shit. The joke that we specifically made to be disapproved was approved. Well, great. Now we can just do them all, you know? I mean, we still put time and effort into that joke, but we thought it would be disapproved. That's what this is. Is that after so long of crazy stuff, I don't know whether if someone had to approve this or even just the writer thought, like, I've put in so much stuff. Maybe he's had to backtrack on a couple ideas. You know? I don't know. I don't know how this fucking thing was written. But this is that. This is that joke that should not have been approved. They didn't think would be approved. But somehow, this time and only this time, this one was approved. Which gave us Jotaro Kujo and Star Platinum saving a naked 14-year-old girl from a perverted ape whose stand is a boat. That's the plot of this episode. Jotaro Kujo and Star Platinum save a naked 14-year-old girl, and again, I think I'm being generous saying she's 14. Jotaro Kujo and Star Platinum save a naked 14-year-old girl from a perverted ape whose stand is a boat. That is this fucking episode. It is a shark. The shark, it's not, we haven't jumped one shark. We jumped them all. Like, every shark in existence we have jumped. But the thing is, this show walks a fine line of jumping the shark. And now they have finally crossed that line and have jumped the shark. What can they do from here? Because anything they do now can never be as crazy as Jotaro Kujo and Star Platinum saving a naked 14-year-old girl from a perverted ape whose stand is a fucking boat. What the fuck can you do now? It doesn't matter what else happens from now on. It doesn't matter what happens from now on. Nothing will be as crazy as Jotaro Kujo and Star Platinum saving a naked 14-year-old girl from a perverted monkey whose stand is a boat. I almost want that on a t-shirt. I want that plot synopsis on a t-shirt. Jotaro Kujo and Star Platinum save a naked 14-year-old girl from a perverted monkey whose stand is a boat. Like, can I get a shirt that is Jotaro and Star Platinum, and then that is like the quote? That's what like the text is on the shirt. That I want that shirt. I want that shirt. I want to frame this. I want to frame this. I want to frame a picture of Jotaro and Star Platinum and hang it up for every video to see that I film here. Hang it up. And the words simply say, Jotaro Kujo and Star Platinum save a naked 14-year-old girl from a perverted ape whose stand is a boat. Because that's what this episode did. This episode jumped the shark. I almost don't want to talk about the rest of the episode. Because how can I? Now, there's not a lot else to talk about. To quickly go over some of the other notes. There's a couple I want to save for a sec. First off is the ship. The ship being a stand is a somewhat interesting idea. It makes no fucking sense. Even by JoJo's standards, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Because every stand, apart from Joseph's stand, is a spirit. Like a physical... Well, not physical, but like... is some sort of humanoid, let's say. Hierophant Green, Magician's Red, Silver Chariot, Star Platinum. The only one that's not is Joseph's. But it almost seems like his stand is internalized within him. This is a boat. This stand was a boat. What the fuck? How does that work? How do you have a stand that's a boat? The ape. An ape having a stand. Again, not... That, I feel like, is just on the edge. That, I feel like, is just... And it's right on the edge of jumping the shark. But it's a little interesting. I could see them doing that. I did see them doing that. That's fine. The shower. Okay, I thought they were just going to close the curtains and, whatever. When they showed the shadow, I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But then they cut in there. You see her, other than nipples, you see the entire her entire naked body. And again, we're being generous when we're saying she's 14. Even 14 is not good. You're still 4 years off from legal. Jotaro and Kakyoin are still a year off from legal. And they showed this girl's ass like she was Lisa. Which it was already ridiculous when they showed Lisa naked. That was already like, alright, you're getting your fan service in. This is and we're speaking generously, a 14-year-old girl. What the fuck? But that is not the biggest... That's not the jumping the shark moment. I don't fucking care about that. This is fictional. Fuck it. This is animated. It's not like they actually filmed a naked 14-year-old girl. They drew it. That's weird, but we can move past that. That's not jumping the shark. The jumping the shark moment is when the ape's stand is a boat. And he's using his boat stand so that he can perv out on a naked 14-year-old girl. The only other things we can say. We're at Singapore now. I almost hope we leave the girl. I hope she's not coming with us anymore. I hope she's not Poco or Smokey anymore. Though I suppose Smokey was not there through the whole thing. He kind of... After New York, he pretty much stayed in New York when Joseph went off to Mexico. So, and then he showed up at the end. So maybe they'll do that. The girl... Did she ever get a fucking name, by the way? I don't know. I don't know if she ever got a fucking name, But she's... Her whole thing was to go to Singapore. So she's at Singapore, at least. And we'll have to see how we're going to get to Egypt from there. The other things to talk about are... Enyaba? I think it was Enyaba. Enyaba. I don't know. So she was the one who told Dio about his stand and how it worked. And apparently, it sounds like Dio has maybe the best stand. I don't know. Like he seems to have a pretty powerful stand because fucking of course he would. He's the villain and he's fucking Dio. So I get that. I do like when he says that, you shouldn't underestimate the Joestars. That's true. And, and Yaba is like, oh, well, fuck them. I've got some of the best stands, going ready to kill them at a moment's notice. I like that Dio will keep saying, do not underestimate a Joestar. And he's only had to deal with one. Two if you count Sir Joestar. But he wasn't really a threat. He is basing this only on Jonathan. Not even on everything that Joseph did in part 2. He's basing this off of Jonathan. And he is saying, do not underestimate a Joestar. And this time, there's 2 of them. There's Joseph, the seasoned warrior, and Jotaro, the prodigy. So, I am very excited to get to them. I imagine it's still going to be a while, though, before we get an actual fight between what I assume would be Jotaro versus Dio. I do want Joseph versus Dio, though. We'll have to see. Maybe they can do it together. I don't know. Jonathan did need help. It was sort of the first time when it was him and Zeppeli versus Dio. But then the last time it was just him. So I like that. I did like that. And Yaba's an interesting character because it's like, oh, her life's goal is to just see Dio's life play out. It's like, okay, well, kind of weird, but all right. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Jotaro Kujo in Star Platinum saved a naked 14-year-old girl from a perverted ape whose stand was a boat. That was this episode. This episode jumped the shark. It really did. And I'm sure the rest of the show and the manga is amazing. But you can never top this. I'm happy to go back to circling the shark. We don't need to jump it again. They didn't need to jump it this time. But mark this down as the day. Well, the episode, I should say, because I'm recording this on a specific day. It's going to go up to Patreon a specific day. It's going to go onto YouTube a specific day, and it already originally aired on another specific day, and it was also originally debuted in the manga on a certain day. So mark this episode at least. The episode or the manga chapter. Let's mark the manga chapter. Whatever it is. I don't know. I'd have to look it up, but I won't. You guys can tell me in the comments. Mark this as the moment when JoJo's Bizarre Adventure jumped the fucking shark. When again, and I will say it again, Jotaro Kujo and Star Platinum saved a naked 14-year-old girl from a perverted ape whose stand is a boat. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Guys, thanks for watching this video. This was insanity. If you want to watch more of my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.